Hey friends, please note that this video was filmed in February before COVID-19 became a pandemic and there were 0 cases in Florida. Right now we are not traveling and are self-isolating. Okay, on with the story.
I feel like I'm 100%. in the Tesla of boats right now.
Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Ah! And we're doing a selfie. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Nikki, this is Jason, and this is Curiosity, our self-sufficient home and ride about the world. Recently, we hauled our home out of the water for cyclone season and a trip back home to the USA. See family, friends, and stock up on much-needed boat supplies. And where better to scope out the latest marine innovations than a boat show?
All right, it is day 1 of the Miami Boat Show. We have no idea what to expect, but I'm pretty stoked to go and check out all of the, new stuff. Anything that wasn't there 3 years ago when we were here. I feel like I'm 100%. in the Tesla of boats right now.
You are in the Tesla of the boats. That is exactly what it is. I didn't do what most of the boat manufacturers do, my competitors over here that, you build a boat and you put electric engines in it. We started with knowing what battery we're going to use. We knew what propulsion is going to use, and then we said we want to go 50. How do we do this? I will put this thing against any other boat this size with a gas engine, and we're going to perform just fine, and we're going to outperform them on the start. We are faster on the takeoff than anyone else. You guys want to go for a ride?
I'd love to. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get you life jackets.
Okay. It's so quiet. Yeah. It is odd.
So we have one of the toughest editors from a boating magazine over here. And the first question he asked how loud it is. I said, I have no idea. He pulls a honest to God decibel meter out of his pocket. It's 68 decibels at the cruising speed. So it's basically conversation quiet, because the boat is completely carbon fiber. It's got a phenomenal sound system that is built into it, and we work with the Fusion guys. The speakers that are on this boat are actually pre-production speakers. They're going to be on the market soon, and you can feel the music through the boat. I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
You can feel the vibration through the boat, right?
Yeah, and that's low.
Yeah.
I like it. Can this be our dinghy?
Yeah, right.
Pretty nice for all electric boat, huh?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of power left over here.
Day 1, we haven't made it very far, but I think we may have potentially already found the most exciting thing at the boat show, which was the Zen boat. Go fast, go green, that's what he said, and it's pretty legit. It's a hull number 1, so very exciting to see something like this at the show, fully electric, recycled or repurposed oak as the veneer. Just so much thought, so much technology. It's kind of like the combination. It's something really awesome to check out and dive into.
Day 2 of the Miami Boat Show, and we are on the solar kick again, lithium batteries, everything. That guy, we're gonna try to get on it. It's a massive, I don't know how big it is, catamaran. It's huge. It's supposed to be solar powered, lithium powered, and have a backup diesel engine as well. So it looks freaking sweet.
So we generate 15 kilowatts an hour peak just of solar. The idea being that you can run the whole boat all through the day just off the sun, keeping your batteries topped up so that at night you can run through the night just on your batteries.
This is just a dream of mine for many, many years. In the RV and the sailboat, a dishwasher. Could you imagine?
Our dishwasher is eco-friendly because he washes by hand and his name is Jason.
No, Jason is not a good dishwasher.
Lowest carbon.
Lowest carbon footprint you can possibly have, so I'm just saying. This is the first all solar powered catamaran or yacht that we've been on, and I honestly wasn't expecting to be super impressed. I just didn't think they were going to be able to get the range, and that it would just be kind of a short bop around here and there, just kind of a general cruising boat. But they've really designed this yacht to be an ocean going vessel, and that is pretty exciting. It sounds like the range is really good. I mean, of course, that's all on paper, and from what they say, I would love to see an actual passage. I would love to be on an actual passage on a vessel like this, but I think it's incredibly innovative. I love seeing it. It seems like the technology is just getting better and better, which hopefully means things are going to get more affordable as all of that keeps rolling out. Yeah, I was super impressed. I thought it was amazing. It's like 3.3 is what the sticker price is on that. So obviously well out of anything we could ever even dream about, but that's also a 65-foot vessel. So perhaps a few years from now, there will be something in a dreamable range for us.
Oh my gosh, there they are.
Hi!
Oh my gosh, I'm like gonna cry.
Hi! Hello! All right, product we found 4 years ago, might even be, yeah, about 4 years ago at the, I don't know, like the Pump Beach Boat Show or something. It was this waterproof bag for your phone, and we thought, and it floats and everything else. We're moving onto a boat. Great idea, right? Well, it was a genius idea. It's been the best bag. You've seen it in probably all of our videos. Anyway, this is not a sponsored post, by the way. I'm just kind of excited to be here. They have a new version, which is for the tablet. And for us, being like that we keep taking the iPad on the dinghy for all of our like scuba adventures, it just feels real sketchy. So I'm excited about picking up one of these today, which is this right here. So awesome, right? And plus it carries all your extra junk. You can put ID, money, take it into town.
She's holding it up.
Yeah, exactly. I've been using the one for our iPhone with like iNavix. It's so awesome because you can still use it. If it gets wet, if it goes overboard, doesn't matter. It floats, you swing back around and pick it up. So anyway, that's what it looks like. Next adventure of the day, I'm sure I have hat hair here. Got to ditch the hat because this is like the opposite of everything else we've been doing. We are going on a twin engine pontoon boat that I am told we're going to hit 80 miles an hour. So I'm gonna need to pull this stuff up into a pond. 80 miles on a pontoon boat. Gale force winds, here I come. You've just promised me 80 miles an hour, and
we're going to be hitting faster than you've ever hit on a pontoon boat before. This is the Bennington 30 QX, powered with twin 425s. They weigh close to about 1,000 pounds a piece. Put out some extreme amount of torque and a whole lot of fun and reliability as well.
Yeah,
too, so.
80 miles an hour. That would get you to the Bahamas in
about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So, Captain Greg.
How we doing?
Got Jason and Nikki.
Hey.
Jason, Nikki, hey, Captain, how are you doing today?
All right, so Brad here is exaggerating just a tad. He said it will feel like 80 miles an hour, not actually that we're going to go 80 miles an hour, because now I've got the real information from the captain, which is...
Greg Weiland from Bennington Marine. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Great. Yeah,
so
Brad,
how fast are we really
It may
go?
feel like 80 because of the wind, but we're actually going to be running right around 62 miles an hour is what we've got documented.
This is a captain, this is a marketing guy. 80 miles an hour.
62 miles an hour.
That's what happens.
Truth in marketing.
Yeah.
Good marketing right there, absolutely.
Clear? You're out of here. All right.
Ready for takeoff?
Ready for takeoff.
Ready.
Go, hang on. Oh my gosh, well, that guy's pulling up. He goes, how fast were you going? Incredible, just incredible, yeah.
Not the experience I was expecting on a pontoon boat.
No.
I would have never thought you could have taken a boat this,
Yeah.
like a pontoon
Like
boat
this.
that fast.
Yeah.
I just think of it as being a slow, like chill.
Cruiser.
Yeah. And I don't know, but there's something about the fact that we were going so fast. We have these huge engines on the back there, and we're on a pontoon boat. It feels so Florida.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. All right.
That'll probably be the most ridiculous thing we do in this entire boat show. Best part about going to a boat show is every once in a while you can get invited to like these little like happy hours and stuff like that. Or when you go look at like the really fancy boats, they have like champagne and wine and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Drink for free on a boat.
Hello. Woo! End of day 2. What a night.
Feet are exhausted.
Jeez. How are we gonna make it through day 3?
I have no idea. Get a wheelchair?
It's been so much
Motorized scooter or something? I don't know. But man, I feel like my feet are gonna fall off, but it's been fun.
I think I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Oh.
Yes. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
I mean, I'm used to being wet and all living on a boat. This is pretty ridiculous. It's like, it is coming down in buckets. Buckets. If you need service or work done on your boat, don't talk to this guy.
No, not me. Not me.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, I'm out of here.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This would be like the dream having one of these, but unfortunately, it's a little deep. A little too deep for our space. It's like, and I would even fit. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Move on.
Okay.
What are these even?
That's just the
Oh, that's just the little BC. But it's so small. Holy cow. I wish my actual PC were that tiny. It's the first time I'm seeing this in person. They launched this like right before we took off, and I don't think it's really anything we need, but I think it's neat. It's just because it's like a little pony keg system. Pony keg. Pony system for like cleaning the bottom of the boat, just like little short things. You still need, obviously, to be a diver in order to use this, but right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's so tiny. It really is lightweight, nimble, and pretty awesome. Throw it down. You hear us complain about Wi-Fi and internet enough that you probably already know what this is about, what it's called. Neptune Link. Anyway, caught my eye because I saw the sign behind me that says 4G at sea, and I was like, yeah, right. Well, it is pretty interesting. It's similar to some of the boosters that we have on Curiosity right now, but the range is a lot greater. So our range on our current boosters right now, link them down below, are like 3 miles, right? And that's line of sight. So this is promising 20 miles offshore. I would love to get my hands on one of those.
Oh, the Wynns.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How are you guys?
Looking for a new fridge.
Nice.
Good morning. It's our last day in Miami, South Florida. We've come up to the Just Cat show, and today we are looking at some used boats and doing a little talk. So Tara's here.
Lithium battery company. Yeah. I think there's like a boat insurance. I don't know, but anyway, there's lots of little educational stuff going on and lots of people. Here we go.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get swarmed in.
Oh, okay. They just went for break.
I'm Jason, and our channel's Gone with the Wynns.
I'm Nikki. We started back in 2010. Started a YouTube channel along the way. Never thought it was going to be anything. We thought it was going to be for like our friends and family, who turns out our friends and family don't really like to watch, but other people do.
By the way, Mom, are you here?
And crickets.
When you're living off the grid with no way to get plug-in power, you have to consider every ounce of energy you use, and it adds up fast, and that means spending lots of money, unfortunately, on solar and lithium.
Power is a big thing. It's your main resource on your vessel. Of course, you can sail by the stars and you can do it with the sextant and you can go that direction. But honestly, if you were that kind of sailor, I do have no idea why you're here listening to us.
Yeah.
If you've got a big family, you want a good, heavy-duty water maker that's simple and easy to use. And having an expedition dinghy makes all the difference in the world when you're sitting out there on the hook and all your friends can't go where you can go because you've got a dinghy big enough to go 20 miles across a lagoon, and they're stuck there because their little thing's going to, you know. We have the pineapple cup. He does not.
My dinghy is plenty fast enough and plenty big enough for the two of us. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Next up, we hop on a flight to South Africa to visit some very familiar faces, some of the world's best boat builders, and even get a chance to see where our Curiosity was built 15 years ago. Thank you so much for watching. If you like our videos, please subscribe and consider signing up for our email notifications. No spam, we promise. That way you won't miss a single one. See you next week.